Okay, today's lesson is subtracting 4-digit numbers with more than one exchange. So I have my question on the board. We are going to work it out using the place value chart and then in the column method, just like we've been doing in our other lessons. So I already took my whole number, my top number, and placed it inside the place value chart. 7,635. I will be taking away 2,548. So if we start in the ones column, as we always do, my first subtraction is 5 take away 8. Can I do 5 take away 8? Have a think about that for a moment. I'm not going to be able to do that, so I'm going to have to exchange. So remember, when we are exchanging, we need to take from the next column in the place value chart, the higher column, and exchange it for the equivalent counters in the column we are in. So we are in the ones column, which means we're going to have to take from the tens column. So if I take away one of these tens counters, I need to now exchange it, swap it for the equal amount in the ones column. One tens counter has a value of 10. So when I put it into the ones column, I'm going to need 10 of those counters to make the same value. So I'm going to put those in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I exchanged that counter, which was worth 10, for 10 ones counters that are worth 10. Now I can do my subtraction. 5 take away 8. So I'm going to put a small cross through the counters that I'm taking away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I can move on to my tens column. So we are taking away 4 tens. But in my column, I only have 2 tens left, which means I'm going to have to do another exchange. So now we're going to have to take from the next highest column, which is the hundreds column. So if I take a hundreds counter, that is worth 100. When I replace it in the tens column, I'm going to need 10 of those tens counters to make the same value as one of those hundreds counters, because one hundreds counter is 100 and 10 tens counters is 100. So I'm adding those in, 9 and 10. I now have added 10 counters because I exchanged it. I took my hundreds counter and placed 10 counters in my tens column. Now I can complete that subtraction, taking away 4 tens. So small lines, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, I go to my hundreds column. So it says I had 6 hundreds and I'm taking away 5 hundreds. But you can see we only have 5 hundreds in there. That's because we exchanged one of those counters for the tens counters. But it's okay because we are only taking away 5 counters, which means we still have enough to complete that subtraction. So we take those away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I can move on to my thousands column. 7 thousands take away 2 thousands. So I'm going to take away 2 of those 1,000 counters. 1, 2. And now I can go back to the ones column and work out what my total is. So how many counters do I have without lines through them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to put a 7 there. How many do I have in my tens column? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to put an 8 at the bottom there. How many do I have in my hundreds column? None, which means I need to put a 0. How many do I have in my thousands column? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've worked out that my answer is 5,087. So we're going to quickly work this out now in the column method. So 5 take away 8. We know that we had to do an exchange here. So we are going to take from the tens column That means I'm turning my 3 10s into 2 10s, and I'm moving that 10 across into the ones column. So now I have 15 take away 8. You can use your fingers if that helps you. 15 take away 8, it's going to be 7. My next column then, 2, because that's my new number. 2 take away 4, I can't do that. So again, I'm going to have to do an exchange. So we are taking from the hundreds column, which means my 600s turns into 500s. And I'm going to move my 100 over into the tens column. So now I have 12 take away 4. 12 take away 4, that's going to be 8. Okay, my hundreds column then, I have 500s left. I'm taking away 500, so my answer is going to be 0. My final column, the thousands column, I have 7,000s, take away 2,000s. So 7 take away 2, my answer is 5. Look across at both of those answers. I can see that I've done them the same. I've got the answer 5,087, which means I am probably correct. Make sure you are using the place value chart and the column method to help you solve the questions in this PowerPoint. Off you go.